Alright, so as I said, we'd be back when things were running a little bit more smoothly. I restarted my system and changed a couple of functions around, so hopefully that will at least help us with this. We'll optimize games so that they work better with OBS in the future. But for now, we're going to finish up with some Minecraft up until about 4 o'clock. Because then I have to go run an errand. I have to pick up my beautiful pregnant girlfriend. And I will probably return at about 7 p.m. this evening, Eastern time zone. So, now, as I ended the last post, or the last showing, the last live, I had said that I have done some cheating, which, let me explain why. Alright, now I have been playing Direwolf and the Direwolf 20 pack for so freaking long. So long. Like, so long. I've been a fan of Direwolf 20 for easily, probably the better part of 4 years. And he's taught me how to play a lot of the modifications that Minecraft allows. Because there are mods out there that enhance this game dramatically. And one of those mod packs, Direwolf himself put together. Now, if you've never heard of him, it's likely you'd have to pretty much be a YouTube and Minecraft nerd. And, I mean, really what he does, he'll explain new mods, new updates. He'll talk about how the mods work. He works closely with the modders that actually, like, undertake the modding. And he gains a real perspective and understanding of what the mod encompasses. So, this mod pack is from him, and all the mods, for the most part, really... Ooh, there's oil. Okay, cool. They really do work well with one another, depending. Now, why did I cheat? Alright, simple answer, I've done this 100 times. I've built these houses, I've built these bases, I've gathered basic resources, I've gone much further than some of the machines and things that I've added, but more or less, people, I've done this hundreds of times. And though, you know, Direwolf is fantastic at creating a series for explaining how to start from the very bottom and work your way up, I'm not going to. I'm not ever going to try and top Mr. Direwolf 20. So, in retrospect, I have placed a few machines to help facilitate my needs a little bit better and kind of jumpstart everything that I've done. Now, truth, like, the wood I have is what I have. I did not generate wood, I did not cheat and steal stacks of wood. I went out and I chopped them down. Now I chopped them down with this axe, which is a really badass axe, and we will definitely get into Tinker's Construct, because while this axe is fantastic, I know I can do better, and it was just a temporary measure to give me a head start. So, the stone is mine, the sand is mine, it's all the stuff. Now the walls I built in creative. The leadstone energy conduit, which, might I add, this is the lowest tier leadstone, so, and I've used the others, but I'm giving myself just a tad bit of a break here. Now, I haven't given myself any momentous amounts of gold or iron or nothing like that, because that's what those machines are for. I'll go down, I'll mine, I'll get those materials, I'll come back up. It'll be just that simple. I'll build a smeltery. I might even do that in creative, because while it's quick, like, just come out here and get some sand, some gravel, and some, what is it, sand, gravel, and clay, and then, you know, you smelt it, you cook it all up. But for time's sake, I might just give it to myself. Because again, it's another thing that I've made hundreds of times. Is it really necessary for me to make it this time? No. I would definitely like to get into the more high-level machines, because honestly, that's where I'm going to want to play this the most. I'm going to want to sit down and actually research and actually, watch some direwolf videos and go to the Wikipedia and learn what machines do what, and to accomplish my goals in the future. Now, I have worked with, we can go through it right now, I have worked with, just to give some familiarity, I have worked with chunk loaders, definitely, Pam's food stuff, if that's even here. I've worked with some of that. Natra, I've worked with. Tinker's Contract food, I've worked with. I've worked with logistic pipes. Railcraft I've worked with. But some of the things for Railcraft are pretty badass, like a tree farm. Oh, that's sweet. Portal gun, briefly I've worked with. I mean, I play Portal, so it's not like I don't know how it works. I play with compact solar arrays, enchantments. I have, and this is in most cases of Minecraft, I've never really gotten involved in the potion crafting of any kind, unless it was like absolutely necessary for a recipe. So, I've worked with extra bees, though I don't like doing it. It's just very tedious to me. But, I mean, I have no problems with anyone that does do it. It's just me. I don't have the capacity. I'm a little slow when it comes to bees. Now, thermal expansion, I've used every thermal expansion piece here. Easily, front, back, inside, out. I've used industrial craft since back to Tech-It. And I realize it's gone through lots of different changes, but really back to Tech-It. Factorization, I've got some basic and general knowledge on. I've tried working with it, but unless I'm watching like a direwolf video, it's difficult for me to recreate. I've worked with, I want to say maybe 3/5 of Thaumcraft. At some point I did stop and I didn't go any further. That's it. So I would like to get more involved with that. Same thing with Ars Magica, which I do believe is in this pack, because in creative mode I get both bars on the left and the right. So like I said, I've used logistic pipes, Project Red Core. I think the last time I used this was back in Tech-It, and I haven't had any reason to use it since. Project Red, on the other hand, I do like and I do enjoy. And I didn't realize when I was making this house that Project Red was in this pack, or I would have made this house a little more Project Red friendly, where I'm using the wires and things like that. Now, I do know I can use the frames and then add a facade, but no. Honestly, I would, and I'll probably do, I definitely feel like I will make, elevator box. See, I didn't know that these were in here either. These are awesome. Elevator blocks are so awesome. The vacuum hopper is pretty awesome. The tank for open blocks is pretty cool. You can just break it and carry it with you. The sprinkler, XP drain is sweet, especially with the XP shower. See, I saw the rope ladder, but I'm kind of iffy about trying it. And I've seen the hang glider in a couple of different episodes, but the radio is pretty unique. I can actually set it up to read an internet radio station, if I wanted to set it up, that is. I think that I need to run a dedicated server in order to set that radio block up, which I have plans on doing, but not, and it's not immediate. The maps I've worked with before. Where are we at? Alright, so Project Red Illumination. Definitely worked with these before, even though over the years they have changed. And by changed, I mean that at some point they added the inverted, which is already turned on and then you shut it off. And they've had cages for as long as I can remember. It was just a simple square block like this in cages for the longest time, but now they've added fixtures and buttons, which I think the light up buttons are awesome. And they added these lanterns. So let's see, Project Red. I don't believe that I've worked with these kinds of pipes before. Never really worked with the Redstone Arsenal, ever, that I can ever remember. Steve carts, I've definitely used tree farms, farmers, all sorts of different things, mob killers, transportation. I wonder if the locomotive pack is in here. That'd be awesome. Locomotive pack adds like more realistic looking trains and steam engines, and actually works on like coal and water. It's pretty unique. Steve card components, no big deal. Steve card components, which is the Steve Manager, which is pretty cool. Ars Magica. I got into the basics of this, and it really is like a lot of fun to make spells. It's one of the coolest like spell making process. I thought Thaumcraft was pretty wicked, but you have to build like this building housing for it for the most part, and then you activate it by throwing a spell and a book and specific ingredients. It's really cool. It's freezing up here. Still OBS.